Thank you for watching Edupedia World videos. This is the second tutorial for tables that we are learning in MySQL. So without further ado, let us jump into the application itself. Alright, let us start by giving the password here, the root password. Okay, so just quickly revising what we have learned. We'll see what are the databases that we have. Show databases will revert all the databases that we have. So if I want to use Edupedia database at this time, so I'll say use Edupedia. We have seen in the earlier session that how tables are working, what is the structure of the table, what are the columns, what are the headers, and where is the data kept in a table. Let us run a query for understanding what are the tables. It is simple query, show tables. There it is. So we have only one table in the database Edupedia, so it says tables in Edupedia and it is giving me 1. So let us start in this session by creating another table. Create table. I'll just pause at this moment. I want to understand that if you are watching this video, I would encourage you to type along with me so that it will be in your practice to use this application in a faster and in a smoother manner. Yes, teachers. Alright, so I'll open a parenthesis here, then again we'll give teacher ID here, then the data type. Now let us learn something new at this point. We want to have this teacher ID as a mandatory field, and this should not be skipped. So what we can do, after giving the data type as integer, we can just simply type not null. What it means that this teacher ID field cannot be null and it cannot be left as blank. This is a general practice where you want to define a primary key for a table. So we'll look upon primary key at much deeper level in our coming sessions. Also, we want it to auto increment. What it means that the person ID will be auto incremental here. That means if say first ID is 100, then second ID will be 101, then 102 and so on. So it will auto increment by 1. Alright, so we press enter here, then comma, say first name. Alright, and varchar of 100 length, again comma, say last name, and again alright. Now I just want to mention what is the primary key for this table teachers. So what I will do, I'll say primary key space key, in parenthesis or bracket I'll give teacher ID. Notice that I have to keep it exactly as it is. I cannot give a small id here. I have to give the same structure as it has been given in the original column name. Then I close this parenthesis. I again close this upper one, the original one. I put a semicolon to say that this is now n, my query is done, and when I press enter, so it will execute. Alright, so let us again give the query show tables. Alright, so there you can see now there are two tables here, one is student and one is teachers. Alright, some more upon primary key. Primary key is important for us because it will identify much of the things within MySQL. One of the reasons that we have given auto increment here is that the primary key will be unique for each of the row. So you have to understand that the primary key has to be unique for every row that is going in the table, in the column of teacher ID, or in the column that you have given as a primary key. Alright. Okay, what if I want to delete a table? So we'll use drop table, then we give the name of the table, say student. Alright, now we say show tables, so it will give me only one table as teachers. Alright, so it says that tables in Edupedia is teachers. Now let us understand something more about tables. If I want to see the structure of a table, say what are the columns, what are their structures, so I'll just say show columns in teachers. Alright, I want to see the columns in the table teachers. Okay, there it is. You can see and you can verify from our original structure that we have given. We have created a table, given integer not null, should be auto increment, and primary key as teacher ID, and again by giving this command show columns in teachers, we are again verifying, or we are checking what is the structure of the table as teachers. So here we can see that teacher ID is of integer type. It cannot be null, meaning you cannot leave it blank, you have to give something. Then it is primary key, the default value is null, auto increment. Alright, then for the first name last name, it can be null, and these are not the primary keys. Alright, so this query is helpful when you want to understand the structure of any table, or if you want to take some inspiration from a table and design another table like that. So you can just type in show columns and then the table name, and you can understand what is the structure of the tables. What if I want to add another column in this table of date of birth? So we can simply have an query as alter. Alter means I want to add or delete or do some modification in this table. So we use alter. Table name, then you have to give alter table teachers. What you want to do, you now type in, you want to add a column as DOB, that is date of birth. So this is your field, and now you want to give the type as date, space null. Alright, so I'll again say show columns in teachers. There you go. Now you can see that our fourth column as date of birth with type date, it's null, has been added to the table. Alright, so this is how you can add or delete. Okay, so let us try deleting what we have added now. So I'll just say alter table teachers. I want to drop. Remember that the drop is the query for deleting in MySQL. I want to drop DOB. Okay, so I'm altering the table teachers. What I'm doing, I'm dropping the column of date of birth. Alright, so again we'll say show columns in teachers. Alright, that is it for this session. In next session we will create some new tables and we'll start looking at the rows. We'll insert some data within the rows and understand how to delete, how to insert in the rows. So stay tuned. Thank you.